Let's take a look at the North Fork Trail to Chimney Rock in West Virginia, USA. There are 2 trails to Chimney Rock. This video reviews the North Fork Trail. Let me know in the comments if you'd like a review of the Landish Trail. The trailhead is marked on most maps and easy to find, but the parking area is quite small. On weekends it fills up quickly, and there aren't a lot of safe places to park on the road. There are no facilities at the parking area or even close by. The first 2 miles of the hike switch back up the mountainside. The trail is blazed, but many of the blazes are faded or missing. When the trail is covered with leaves, this can make it tricky to follow, but it's more obvious in the summer months. The first 2 miles switch back and forth across the mountainside, climbing about 1,200 feet. It's a pretty constant rate of climb, with few obstacles and no excessively steep areas or dangerous drop-offs. The view down the mountain through the forest is quite impressive at some points. The terrain is uneven, but still manageable for beginner hikers. One of the challenges to autumn hiking is that you can't see what you're tripping over, so take your time. At the 2-mile mark, you encounter the first overlook section, and the views of the valley below are breathtaking. If you're a beginner hiker, this may be all the reward you need, but Chimney Rock at the peak is another mile of hiking and 800 feet of elevation gain. After the first overlook, the trail gets a bit more technical. Beginner hikers will likely struggle, although it's still suitable for intermediate hikers. There are also multiple side trails leading out to cliff overlooks along the way, so there's a lot to see. It seems like a storm was just to the west of me this day, but I never did get rained on. Maybe I'm a little weird, but I always find it interesting to hike through different climate zones. On this day, I hiked up into a region with some snow, while it wasn't cold enough for snow at the base of the hike. There's only one intersection on the trail. It's difficult to miss because there's an obvious trail cairn. To get to the peak, turn uphill here. From here, you have about 1/10 of a mile to go, but it's the steepest part of the hike, ascending 200 feet in that short distance. But once you're at the top, the combination of rock formations and breathtaking views make it all worth it. If you're uncomfortable with heights, it's worth noting that most of the views can be seen without getting close to the edge. If you're squeamish enough that even that sounds unpleasant, then this hike probably isn't for you. Overall, the first 2 miles of the hike are strenuous, but still within the realm of what a beginner can manage. And the views at the 2-mile mark are fantastic. The final mile to the peak is more of an intermediate hike because of the more challenging terrain and the steeper section at the end. The views are difficult to beat, especially if you show up on a day when the weather is as interesting as the day I recorded this. The town of Petersburg is about 6 miles to the east and has a variety of places to fuel up or eat, although I've not been able to find anything special to point out. The Dolly Sods Wilderness is a short drive away if you want to do more hiking. There's also the Smoke Hole Caverns, which seem to be quite popular, but I can't speak about because I've not visited them yet. This trail is also part of the 24-mile North Fork Trail, if you're interested in doing a longer trip. I recommend this hike for everyone but the most novice hikers. All but the most squeamish will be able to enjoy the views at the top, but make sure you start early or you might not find a place to park.